call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go.
I don't know why it does that, why it starts me with no sound. Sorry, guys. Uh, Welcome, everybody. It's Sunday. This is the Grateful to Know God's broadcast. My guest hasn't shown up yet. I've been in contact with him through email, so I think he will. Maybe he's just having trouble getting in or something. I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on the email to see if he does say something or whatever. He hasn't said anything, so and I talked to him yesterday. He knows. So anyhow, I was talking a little bit to Jester and Zach before we started here, but I also see that I've got Look at the Trees and Andrew and Stephanie and Sheldon and Jess, the creator of just about everything you see here as far as intros and graphics and all that. I've tinkered with things a little bit, but Jess pretty much made everything that makes the channel pretty. Thank you, Jess. You were wonderful. I don't know. I guess if he doesn't show up, we'll do some kind of open panel or something today and just have a talk. I don't know. I'll send him an email real quick and see what's up. Eric. Eric is a creationist that was supposed to come talk to me about said that he has I'll give his words and then I'll say what I think that means. He said that science is on his side now and he's a creationist. But to me that says that he would have to have some kind of evidence that creationism is true, which would be evidence that a God exists as well, I would imagine. But we'll see. Jester, thank you, Jester. That's so kind of you. Just gifted. Why does it say two different things? Jester gifted 5 Kentucky Atheist memberships. It looks like James, Shelley, Mark, Vaughn, Rasputus, all got memberships. Thank you, Jester. Very kind of you. And I hope you guys all enjoy those memberships. We go, we do member streams every week where I usually just do an open panel and let everybody come on and talk about whatever. If we get a lot of people coming on or stuff, we may pick a subject or switch things up. But, that's kind of the thing. Again, I'll kind of interact with the chat here for a few minutes. And if Eric doesn't show up, then, there's other things I guess I can talk about. I've got, and again, I'll just open it up and for people that want to join, I'll post the link in my Discord or something. Blessed be he. I'll go ahead and highlight Blessed be he's comment, because this will. You say don't block you. I don't block you unless you do the things that cause you to get blocked. But um, there you go. Atheists capable of being grateful for what? Yeah. What's up, Peter? How are you? Good to see you. I mean, I guess if Eric does show up in the next few minutes, why are you cussing me? What did I do now? uh, if Eric does show up in the next few minutes, I guess we'll have some people here already and be ready to go. Um, I'm. I mean, he seemed completely. He said he wanted to do it. Uh, I don't know. I can't. I'm grateful to my genetics. I'm grateful for your genetics too, Simone. I'm joking. That's not nice, or maybe it is. I don't know. But you're one of the most entertaining people, Sumami, to interact with in chat. And we've talked on Gather and stuff. You're a lot of fun to talk to. Um, Trees, how are you, man? I need to get with you. I'm getting a cool knife. I'll show you, Trees, later. Uh, Happy Sunday, whatever that means to you. Well, I'm grateful for every day, regardless of what Blessed be he thinks of my atheist position. The I'm grateful to have a community of people to speak to on the internet, and and to be able to have made some of the great friends and be able to have these conversations and all that. I'm grateful for a lot of things, PE. And yes, I do smoke too much. You're right. I need to quit. But that's not as easy as it sounds. I quit using heroin and can't quit smoking. So take that as you will. But I guess so. I don't want to put links in the live chat here, because those get sometimes bad things happen when I do that. But I will post it over on my Discord. And let's see if my chatbot's doing what it's supposed to do today. There it goes. And there is a link to my Discord there. I'll post it over on my Discord. And if somebody wants to jump in or whatever, I guess you can. And if Eric does happen to show up, I'll just boot everybody out, and then we'll start over there. Let's see. Where is it? Hey, and everybody will be happy to know I was awake and on time today. I was on time. Nobody else was. Well, I guess the viewers were. Eric wasn't. Which, I understand those things happen. And if Eric doesn't show up, we'll try to reschedule him and get him in here another time or whatever. But all right. So I posted the link to join in over on my Discord in the chat, in the general chat. So anybody that wants to join can. Again, if Eric shows up, we'll kick everybody out and do the other thing. I this week fired up a merch store, which go check it out. I mean, I tell you what, and I'm ordering one. I'm waiting on it to come in because I'm gonna wear it on stream. I made these Grateful to No Gods broadcast. It says Grateful to No Gods broadcast beanies, and they're fucking super cool. They're embroidered and they look awesome. Um, if you go look at that stuff, it is expensive. I'm sorry. I can. The only way it'll let me give discounts is to already have money in an account. So I guess until I sell stuff, I can't discount stuff, which is kind of weird because I wanted to give like discounts for Christmas. But anyway, that stuff's all over there. The link. Um, well, just go to my channel page and go to store, and you can see all that stuff. But there's all kinds of stuff. There's hoodies and T-shirts and beanies and coffee cups and all that crap. I'm working on getting with a pop and bong manufacturer and getting some Kentucky Atheist bongs made or little pops or something. I think that would be cool. But it's right now the stuff that is the stuff that's listed in the store is just it's really basic stuff. It just has the branding you see on screen, the Kentucky Atheist fonts and stuff you see there, and the Grateful to No Gods broadcast stuff, all in the style that you see here. It's just stuff like that. It's nothing too fancy. Just some stuff I needed to set up the store to put other things in it eventually, and those items are there for now. Somebody's being rude. Blessed be he. What is wrong with you all? Blessed be he. Don't make me start taking dollar super chats for a minute of timing you out. I will do it. We'll play that game. There's nobody here. Nobody's here right now, so we've got plenty of time to play that game. I was ready for Eric. Look, I had everything set up, and Peter. All right, hold on. Let's go to this one so we can still see chat. All right.
Hey,
What's up,
how you doing?
Peter?
I'm doing fine. It's Sunday for me, and it's one of the days that I don't have to do anything, so that's always fun.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you joined to come hang out for even if just a minute. But I'm glad you.
I got something really, really cool for you.
Okay.
So I do the show with Arn.
Yeah.
And we had a guy in the chat, and he was really, really desperate to debate Arn on the flood. And so, since I'm the producer and Arn doesn't want to give out his email to everyone, so I told him, "Hey, email me with your best evidence, and we'll have a look at it. And if it's something that we can discuss, I'll shoot it to Arn, and we'll see what happens." And so he shot me an email with nothing in it, just basically saying that two topics that he wanted to debate Arn on. So I reminded him, "Hey, you were supposed to send me your evidence so we can have a look at it." And then he replied to the email and shot me his evidence. And I have to say, I've seen a lot. I've been doing this stuff since 2015, I think, at least on YouTube. And I've seen pretty much everything there is that would support the global flood. I have never seen the things that he came up with. Well, I have seen kind of the stuff that he posted, but he had one very, very unique thing, which I, as a Dutch guy, and as Blessed be he will tell everyone, I'm a pervert, so...
Hold on a second. Blessed be he can't tell anyone anything for the next minute. I
Uh,
have to just timed her out for a minute. So
uh, okay, no problem. But so blessed be
I
he.
could.
Blessed be her. Always calls me a pervert because
Yeah,
I don't know why. But
I
so
can see that.
this lines up with the pervert in me. So I'll ask you, Joe. I'll put the picture up. So there's the picture.
Okay.
Can you tell me what that is?
It looks like a tiny geode.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
did you know that that's not what it is?
What is it?
That's a this happened in the flood. So keep in mind this happened in the flood. So it's unique to the flood. This is a crystallized testicle.
Oh, have you been talking to Mud Fossil University?
No, no, no. This was not Mott Fossil University. But he's got similar claims. He also showed me an elephant, a mile long and a half a mile high, fossilized elephant. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I've seen that one. The rock
yeah. But this,
formations that they're like, oh, it looks like a dragon, so it must be a dragon.
yeah, that's a dragon that stretches along an entire continent. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know.
makes you wonder what it ate. Right? If the dragon's the size of a continent, what would that dragon eat?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess those giant rock elephants.
Maybe. But so this one was new to me. He actually thinks that that's a testicle. So I still have another channel which is called Dumpster Fires. So I'm going to invite him there. And
Yeah.
I got a friend who likes to have a laugh every once and again, but is still kind to people. So if he does that, we'll probably talk about it. But yeah, I mean, crystallized testicles. Even a pervert like me could not have come up with that.
Yeah. 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 I'm not the one thinking about testicles.
No. So I will shoot. He sent me an entire playlist of stuff that he thinks supports the flood, and it's kind of Mott Fossil University 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's found a guy who doesn't just show things on screen. He does that. He uses Google Earth to point out where he finds stuff, but they actually go there and investigate the fossil. So
Jess
yeah.
says they're all hearts, not testicles. What's the
Oh,
difference?
he had hearts as well, and not just hearts. He had all kinds of. So he had kidneys, hearts. I mean, every stone that kind of looks like a heart is a heart, and every stone that looks like a kind of like a kidney is a kidney.
Yeah.
I mean,
It couldn't be a rock with a mineral inclusion though, huh?
yeah, or just a pebble. It's just a pebble. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the kidneys was just a pebble.
I mean, I guess whenever you have all that magical thinking and stuff going on, I mean it depends on to what lengths you're willing to rationalize the world through that lens, you know? So I imagine you can see all sorts of things when you're,
High
when you
enough.
think that way. And I mean, I'm trying to be really charitable about that and not be an asshole.
Well, you do you. No, never mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't really kind to him in the chat on Orange Show, but he still wants to talk. So, well, if he wants to talk, I'll be more than happy to talk to him.
The thing with
But
geodes though, and um, is they're found in very specific conditions. Like so if the flood is creating geodes, why aren't they everywhere?
hmm
I mean that would be my just without getting deep into the science and the geology of how they're made and why they exist and all that crap. Like just my immediate on the face of it question. Like if you want to say that the flood is responsible for this thing that is only found in very specific places, you're going to have to explain the mechanism that makes it only show up in those very specific places.
Yeah. And we should have twice as much as we do have mammal fossils, because every mammal has two testicles, so we should have at least two of those per mammal. God, I honestly thought that flat Earth would be the silliest things that I would see, and then there are people that will say, "Hold my beer."
So, blessed be he, scientists made up all the bones they found, putting it together randomly. Here's my question back at that is, do you think that people went to school and spent a whole bunch of money going to school and got reputable jobs where they're paid very well in some cases to do their work, and that people fund that work, and that they just put stuff together how it looks good? Like I mean, a child could do that. Why pay a scientist to do it? I mean, if you're going to do that, like you can. I mean,
why would they study for years and
right?
spend
That's what
all
I'm saying.
that time?
I got my degree in randomly putting bones together. Like, why? Liberal arts, yeah. Unfortunately, paleontology is not a liberal arts degree, so yeah, most of your paleontologists that are doing things like that. In fact, I don't even know if that's paleontology, the ones that assemble things back together. But I mean, I imagine it's some branch of it. The I mean, why have all the degrees and get paid all the money? Like you could do that without that.
And they don't get paid a lot of money either. I mean,
right.
I'm pretty convinced that there's more money to be made as a Christian apologist than there is as a scientist.
Somebody just tipped $5 to the stream elements. Thank you, whoever did that. It doesn't tell me who that is. Let me see if I can see. Oh, the Unshaw podcast. That's who that was. Thank you, Robert. Sorry, Peter.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if people want to make money, they would be better off becoming an apologist. Because
right. I mean, the Discovery Institute, for example. So where we see that there are people labeled as scientists who are putting forth the pseudoscience claims of creationism, you also find there's this extra incentive there that's not present in mainstream science, which is problematic for their claims, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I love science, Peter. I love to look at all different kinds of science and the way that many of those things work and the mechanisms that drive the world around us. But
I noticed that when I was watching your reply to
Donnie,
the used car salesman.
Yeah,
that was a great video, by the way. If people who are watching haven't watched that, that was a really good video.
Where I'm working on another one that's a little more about some other stuff that's a little deeper, but I'm going to try and keep it easy to understand too. I love doing that kind of stuff because the whole activity of going and doing the research and studying those things is what makes it fun. It's I get to learn something, or something I've previously learned. I get to go and brush up on it and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and then talk about it in a video and people listen to it. And I think that's a lot of fun. I don't know why my lighting is so white all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on there. It didn't look like that a little bit ago, but yeah, I
It
love doing that.
also it also helps you sharpen your skills when you're going to have a conversation with a
You
young
know
Earth
what I was
creationist.
I was reading. In fact, I've still got the tab up, and I was over on Talk.Origins reading about radiometric dating before the show started today, because doing that response to Donnie and then his response back and stuff, there was some other stuff I was interested in, and I was overlooking at the there's this creationist. Usually, what they say in response to radiometric dating is they'll accept it if it works for them. You know, like Donnie
Hmm.
did. They'll accept it if it works, but not if it doesn't. And they'll say that, well, you don't know that the rate of decay was the same going back millions and billions of years. And so I was reading a bit about that and about how I, chemical and physical forces are not capable of affecting that rate of decay. And they've tried to do this in labs and everything and can't do it because the nuclear forces are the distances involved in the nuclear forces are too small for physical or chemical things to take effect on it. And that's what I was reading about. So yeah, it leads into more of those things, which is awesome.
Hmm.
I like to, like I did though, talking about like the geode and stuff though. Like if you want, I just glaze over the science barely. Like, okay, if you want to say that that's what that is, like, can you tell me how that works? Just very simply, because I think it's, I think sometimes it's easy to get deep into the science of something without asking the basic questions that everyone should be asking, or that the average person may ask. And
I would
if I'm
like
anything, I'm average.
I would like to know why it's so specific that testicles form crystals inside. Which what's up with that? I mean, why is just testicles that do that? So why don't we have a heart that does the same thing, or a kidney, or any of the other things that they find? Because all of those are just rocks, but the
I,
testicles are special. They've got,
yeah,
they've got these nice crystals inside. So I, that's a question I really want him to answer.
I mean, I don't understand any of the, like, even with like that and the similar things, the claims of like mud fossil with the like it looks like a heart, it looks like a vagina,
Hmm.
whatever. Like, okay, things resemble other things or remind you of other things, pareidolia, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Um, like why? But other than
And
saying, well, I think it looks like this thing, you have no reason to suggest that.
I wanted to bring a few pictures of my own, pervert that I am. Obviously, the first thing is I looked for penis-shaped rocks uh, because why not?
Right.
And then I saw that in his playlist, in one of the videos, he actually had one of those rocks. But I also was able to find a stone Big Mac, the size of an average car. So the Giants must have had McDonald's, and they had a Big Mac which was petrified and laying somewhere in the desert. So
Right.
I'm going to confront him with a few more of the pictures. But yeah. But
Yeah,
so
I mean,
one thing I did want to say about Donnie, because I was watching the video, he will grant you that carbon dating is only used up until 60,000 years or so. That's what he said.
yeah.
If that's the case, then we can date back 10 times the age of the Earth, according to him. And he's
Yeah,
still
that's
okay with that.
so Donnie responded to me in a video the next day, and what he did was, I kind of predicted, I knew that he would do this. Now he says that he's emailing me and inviting me to come talk about it. I haven't seen that email, and he asked for my email address, but he already had it. I know he did because Ian Chin gave it to him twice in the week
Mhm.
before that. So I don't think he actually wants to talk about it because he wants to argue the fine scientific things with people. But yeah, that's kind of the point that I was making, is that Donnie wants to bring up radiocarbon dating and say, well, radiocarbon dating proves that dinosaurs aren't this old. So in doing that, he's saying that radiocarbon dating is effective. But then if you said, well, radiocarbon dating has dated this thing to 30,000 years old, he would say it's not an acceptable dating method then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the dishonest part that they engage in, right?
hmm
And I think
Also,
that,
also, if he agrees to talk to you, make sure you do that on your channel, not on his.
well, if we have that conversation, I won't do it on I'm not going to do it here, but I'm not going to do a live panel on it. Like, I'm not going to go on one of his open open mic things and do it either. Like, if he wants to talk, me and him can talk. That's my only condition.
Mhm.
I'm not going and having everybody else jump in and try to steer the conversation elsewhere and all that shit. I'll talk to
No.
Donnie on Donnie's channel. If or Donnie can come here if Donnie wants to come talk, but I know he's not going to do that. But I'm not going in some open mic night to have Sam jump in every other sentence. Who, if you've seen my interaction with Sam, I don't even know how he doesn't forget to breathe, because the conversation I had with Sam on Clubhouse it was the most nonsensical conversation I've engaged in with theists to date. I don't know how he makes it day to day,
Yeah.
but
You got a new guest who came in. Maybe want to say hi to him?
oh, hey Zach, sorry, the camera, I can't see you for the camera, Zach. What's up?
Oh, it's all right. No worries, dude. No, not much. How's they? Yeah, it's just thought, fuck it, I might as well join in.
Zach's gonna make me sing Christmas carols today.
Yeah, I am.
Mhm.
It's gonna be good.
The only good Christmas carols is still Darth's Christmas album. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've heard that.
I like the Darth one. Is that the Darth Christmas song? Where
Yeah.
he says, "Get the fuck out." Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Is Nara here in the chat? What's up, Nara? Good to see you. I'm glad you came. There he is. You're the fourth wise man, the wisest man. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not. See, I knew that Donnie would miss the whole point of my video and try to argue the fine details of the science whenever, and he cut off again. He cut off most of the video where I explain what he's doing in his response, because he doesn't want to address those things. And
Yeah, he doesn't miss it.
right,
He intentionally skips things because
right.
the things he doesn't want to address, he will just skip. That's one of the reasons why I would say if you're going to talk to him on your channel, because then you can at least get all the topics out. He will just avoid topics that he doesn't want to talk about on his channel.
Hey,
And
Ember.
he has to.
Yeah. Hey, Purple.
Because you
Purple
can't-
will be on next Sunday.
But he can't afford to look stupid on his own channel. I had him on my channel, and the agreement was we would be talking about what he believes and especially why he believes it. He did not want to talk about that. He didn't want to talk about the Bible. He didn't want to talk about Jesus. Those are the things he avoids like the plague, because he doesn't know anything about it.
Well, yeah,
Right,
they wouldn't.
well,
but also, they don't want to be pinned down on things. So as long as you can keep it as vague as possible and in the realms of, outside of stuff, it's much easier to talk. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually the trick, is they want to take the extremely vague and go to the extremely specific. Sorry, I don't know why that was so hard to spit out. But yeah, they want to be extremely specific because they want you to look at this one thing that they're going on about and not take into account that in denying evolution, you're not just denying macroevolution. You're denying pretty much all of biology and
Hmm.
a lot of other branches of science.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't see it that way because someone else has drawn the line for them, and it's they've understood it better, and they're the better, so they should believe them, and that's fine.
Right. No, I know that they're not going to, say it that way. That's why that's kind of the point. That's kind of the angle I've used to go at the stuff that Donnie says, though, is to show people that it's not just that he's misrepresenting this one thing about science. It's how he's going about it, the sources he's using, and the dishonest way he engages in it. I think that is more important than arguing settled science with creationists.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'll give it to Donnie. He does know a lot about some of the mechanisms involved in evolution, and he wants to dazzle you with that. I'm no expert on in that particular field, and it's something that I don't care talking about. If he really thinks that he's got something, have him talk to an actual scientist about that, not to an average Joe on YouTube. But that's not what he wants to do, right?
right. Yeah. No, he doesn't.
Because
And
because
when-
they will shut him up.
yeah,
I mean, Erica has done so many times.
yeah.
Jackson Wheat has. There are several people who have shut him up on that particular point. So yeah, I don't need to talk to him about that.
Right. I think Erica goes and talks the science, and why is it that telling me to add Zach? Zach's already here. Erica goes and talks the science, and she is a professional, and she is Donnie's nemesis. She destroys Donnie every interaction
Yes.
they have. I mean, like, it's bad. And the fact that then you watch the chat over there, then act like Donnie won that conversation somehow, and they go off and make their little streams covering it, saying that Donnie and Kent Hovind win all the time, and it's like at that point I quit taking them seriously, and I don't think engaging in those serious conversations is helpful because I think it's more important to show how they're being dishonest. Like, I hit the scientific stuff in that video, but that wasn't the important
Hmm.
part of the video. The important part of the video was showing exactly how he goes about being dishonest. Um,
Yeah, and so what also annoys me an awful lot is when they're having an open mic night with Hovind and people want to talk actual science with Hovind, Donnie will jump in.
oh yeah,
He's the moderator.
Sam
You
is
should
the worst
just
about that.
Yeah, they should just shut the fuck up because
Yeah,
that's not what they're there for. If you want to moderate, but don't butt into the conversation. That's
it's it's convenient the times that they jump in too, because they jump in when
yes.
Kent's having a hard time understanding some mechanism of evolution usually.
Or he doesn't understand anything at all.
Yeah. But I noticed
I mean,
Kent's kind of trying to. It's not new to his script. He's focusing on a different part of his script here recently. Like, whenever you start saying things that he can't argue about evolution, he shifts back to answering an evolution question with, "Well, you can't even explain how nothing exploded into everything we see. You have to start
yeah.
there. You need to explain how the universe came about randomly from nothing, because every time I've seen nothing explode, it's nothing. It's stupid shit."
Yeah.
And he started doing that a lot lately and wanting to talk about what he calls the other five areas, or other five ways that evolution doesn't occur. I don't know.
Hmm.
He's been trying to switch angles a little bit, because I think he's just been getting his ass handed to him so bad in the evolution conversations that He's trying to go there. You know, which with Kent, it's always going to be, he's always going to try and hold some unfalsifiable position so that you can never really argue with him. Because that's not what it's about with Kent. It's not about any of that. That's not what he's doing. That's not his goal. He's not trying to have an honest conversation about the scientific mechanisms that control those things.
No, Kent also doesn't know anything about the Bible or anything about Jesus. So if you start talking to him about that, he will just say, well, I'm here to debate evolution versus creationism. So, yeah, okay, there is no creationism if there is no God and there is no Jesus. So let's start with that.
Yeah.
Do you want to, if you want to talk about evolution, the first thing you go to is you can explain where the universe came from. Okay. Well, if you want to talk about creation, then let's see if there's a creator first. Let me show me your evidence that you have for a creator. And don't say creation, because we can't have a creation. We need to have the creator first, and then we can look whether or not he did actually do something, created something.
Right. Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
just using their tactics against them will shut them up. And I've been talking to young Earth creationists so long. I think that's still at this point it's one of the best methods to use. And one thing I wanted to answer. Blessed be he. We teach abiogenesis in schools because there's evidence for abiogenesis. That's why we don't teach about your God.
Yeah. One of the things
Easy.
I heard a creationist arguing about is biogenesis. We see that happening, which I'm like, duh. But they're like, well, we don't observe abiogenesis. And I'm like, well, you don't understand how science works then, because science isn't saying this thing happened. It's saying here is a mechanism that works, that if it happened this way, it doesn't violate any other scientific theories or laws, doesn't violate physics. Yes.
It's also not one step.
Yeah, and there's evidence that it may be the case. Abiogenesis isn't just one thing. There's multiple hypotheses in abiogenesis.
Yeah, but it's what I'm trying to say. It's not just one step. So first you have the formation of the things that are necessary to form any biological thing.
Yeah.
But one of the cool things is quite recently, when it comes to the whole research on all of this, there have been several instances where scientists have tried to recreate an environment that should have been present early on Earth.
Yeah.
And then they had DNA form spontaneously, which wasn't the goal of the experiment. They didn't set out to create RNA. They didn't set out to create RNA. It spontaneously formed during an experiment.
Right. Well, yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
And during multiple experiments. Yeah. All of this is documented. And if you then know that RNA is what creates DNA, we're getting pretty close to the whole thing. Closer, at least, than seeing a God create anything. Because how would a disembodied mind, which is impossible in the first place, but how would it create anything? And then they say, yeah, well, he spoke it into being. A mind can't speak if it doesn't have a voice box. It is a disembodied mind. Remember, that was your criteria?
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody asking in the chat, Lionheart is a creationist from Kentucky who said that science is on his side and was going to come convince me that creationism is true. And we set it all up. I told him even if he had problems getting in to come in the live chat and say something, and we would fix it and get him in here. I've given him the link. He actually came and set it up because he's in here as a speaker. All he had to do was join. So I don't know. I don't know if something came up. I don't know why he's not here. He's not though. Let's see, Zach. Let me try. I don't know why you can you talk now, Zach?
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I can hear you. Say something again.
Hi, it's
Okay.
Woods.
Perfect. I'm sorry, I didn't. I looked and I didn't see where you were muted. I was trying to mess with it, but
I don't know. I think the whole site just glitched on me, to be honest.
Well, this is I just switched to this platform, and I really like a lot of the things it has, but there's obviously still some bugs to work out. I did have a cool thing set up, and Zach, you'll still be here, but your picture will disappear. I had this set up in case he wanted to talk about the Bible. You can go and bring up any Bible verse you want, and I had it all ready for any way he wanted to do it, and I had this screen made, and yeah, I made all those specifically for the conversation with him. And
You're hurting me, Joe. Joe, you're hurting me.
Now I have blue balls. Yeah, I'm hurting you because of my poor design. Is that what it is?
No, you're still not using OBS.
No, I can't use OBS. Hey, here pretty soon though. I've ordered a new solid state drive and some RAM, so I may be able to here come Wednesday is when it'll be here. So maybe then we're gonna try that. I don't want to order a video card for my computer because if I do, I have to also replace the power supply, and because it only has a 180 watt power supply for some stupid ass reason. But that's where we're at. I'm up into 16 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte solid state PNY drive.
Look for some secondhand stuff. That's what I do. I always buy my computer secondhand, but I got a guy who buys them and then will tell me, "Hey, I got something you might be interested in." So I usually get one that's about a year old, so it's not too old, but then it's pretty affordable.
What's up, Blaster Master? Blaster Master me and him will be having a conversation one day soon. Look out for that one. I'm not going to tell anyone what that's about yet, but it's about another theist out there.
Is it our dear friend, the military guy? I forgot his name. Blaster Master and I we had a chat with a guy who kept deleting his live streams whenever he was talking to atheists because he basically got slaughtered every single time.
Deleting messages and stuff?
No, deleting the entire stream.
Oh. No.
Because we made him look stupid.
This is I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to tip anybody off on it. Just look for that. And if you see, like, if you missed the live or whatever, watch it because it'll be a good show. We've been getting stuff together to do that, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good takedown of a dishonest.
Righteous. That was it. Christ righteous. He's back on doing videos again, Blaster Master. I don't know if you've checked him out.
Well,
but, yeah. It's like listening something on a loop because he keeps saying the whole thing over and over and over again just to make his videos longer.
I know the feeling.
And he doesn't say anything if it comes to it. Yeah.
What'd you say, Zach?
I was just, isn't that the point of all Christian arguments anyway? Is just to say the same things over and over and over again until people give up. And
but But this guy wrote a book, so I don't know if I now forgot the name of the atheist YouTuber who made a video about that. The guy in the mask and the 3D glasses.
Oh, Logic.
Yeah.
Logic, yes. So Logic ordered the book and did a review of the book.
Armando or something like that.
Yeah. Armando Calvo.
Yeah.
See, I think they do things like this. Like, blessed be he said, Dr. Hovind is a true man of God. That's fine.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Like, what? It's just something they say
He's
that they think
stalwart
sounds
in the
good.
face of all the people slagging him off, so he's like, he's really good for God because he's doing it just in God's name and not for his bank account or anything like
No. Why would you think that? I mean, he really needs that digger that costs $30,000 because who wouldn't need a digger, right?
I mean, come on, why would you judge him on the things he's done?
Yeah, and the most hilarious thing is now he's in cahoots with Donnie. He got a few tips from Donnie as well, and he was selling cars that don't run.
What, the turtle?
I mean, no, he was selling cars that didn't run. Did you see that? Cars and he had a truck that didn't run, and he had a tractor that didn't run.
Yeah.
And you can buy this for $2,000, and all you have to do is make it run, and you can drive it off the lot here.
Yeah, he had all them all his cult members out there at DL building his version of the Ark. Ken Ham has the $200 million Ark encounter, and Kent Hovind has the plywood Ark.
I can't wait to see that.
And as I'm in the country where there's currently an Ark for sale, and I'm not kidding, there's an Ark for sale here. It's 7 stories high. It's pretty impressive if you see it in the dock. It floats, unlike any Ark I've ever seen. This one floats.
So what you're saying is what we need to do is get the hats off and have a whip round, and we can get ourselves an Ark.
It's not cheap. It's
listed as we have a whip round.
Yeah. It's
spread the cost out a little bit, you know what I mean? It's the Christmas season.
Yeah, but it's $4 million. Have you ever seen an atheist raise $4 million? You have to be a Christian to do that, I think.
Well, speaking of raising money for Ark things, while we're on the subject, I'm going to be organizing the Ark Encounter protest on July 6th this year. I'm going to be working with a number of other groups, nonprofit organizations and such. We'll be flying in special speakers, and I've got all the signage and stage and sound system and sound guy, and all that stuff's already in place. There will be a GoFundMe and stuff going up. People who donate at certain levels will get perks like having breakfast with some maybe interesting people. But yeah, I'm going to be working on that, and I'm looking for anybody who wants to help or assist with that or whatever. I'll be making Ark Encounter 2025 shirts and all that crap. But yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm the Kentucky Atheist, right? So we're gonna do that in Kentucky. July is a huge month for atheist activism. NanoCon happens, and the Scopes Monkey Trial event will take place down in Nashville. It's been 50 years since that decision. So they're having a big thing down there. Secular Rarity is working on all those things. So I'm going to be working with him and the Tri-State Freethinkers to organize the Ark Encounter protest this year. So if you're interested in more information or whatever, let me know. And I'll keep everybody posted about when the fundraising things and stuff go up for it.
Isn't that about 70 years ago, the Scopes Monkey Trial? Because that was, I think, in the 40s or 50s.
Was it? I thought it was either 29 or 32.
It is a long time ago. That's all I know. We can look it up because the one of the guys, Jennings, he ran for president a couple of times, so it should be easy to pick the date. I think, yeah. Oh, it's 100 years, 1925. Okay.
Oh, it was earlier than I thought. Then fair enough.
Yeah. $100 ago, and we're still talking about it.
Well, of course, 100 years isn't long enough for humanity to not be dumb.
It's but a day, for God. What are you talking about?
Sorry about that, guys. I had a intruder.
How dare you, sir? How very dare you?
I mean, she
In your house or in the live stream?
in my house.
Ghosts.
My girlfriend came in the room and was telling me some stuff, and
His girlfriend
unfortunately,
Got an intruder?
well, I mean,
How
Intruder alert!
dare you?
Intruder alert!
How dare you call your girlfriend an intruder? I actually had a burglar crash into my back door 4 minutes before I was to go live on my channel.
she
and I
wasn't
had to
wearing
deal
the
with-
right outfit.
Sounds like anal sex to me.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I had to deal with the cops and get rid of the cops in time so I could start my show in time, which was hilarious. And then people ask me, "But you've got cameras." Yeah, I have him on camera crashing into the back door on his bicycle, and he left his bicycle, by the way.
I've had the cops come in my house with guns and flashlights and shit pulled with no warrant, with nothing. Just came in, held me at gunpoint one day for no reason.
That's why I'm in the Netherlands. That doesn't happen here. Although I have been held at gunpoint at some point because apparently I look like a German terrorist for which there was a $4 million reward.
Damn.
And I was crossing the border and I saw the poster, and all I did was point at the poster and I told the German border patrol, "That's not me." Next thing I knew, I was out of the car on the floor with a gun in my neck. So that was fun.
Wasn't the Pirate Bay guy, wasn't his name Peter from the Netherlands also? Peter Sunday? Isn't that right?
Is he from the Netherlands? Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, the Netherlands is the Netherlands has really good copyright laws and stuff.
We solved it pretty much. I think if we did this worldwide, so we pay extra for every data carrier that you can buy. So there's a special tax on hard drives, on memory sticks, stuff like that. And the extra tax goes to the people who to the artists, so to the movies, to singer-songwriters, stuff like that. So that would be a great way to solve everything. Then you wouldn't need pirated stuff anymore.
Yeah, right. There's,
And everyone would get paid.
They did a lot of studies proving that too, like proving that it's a better system. They're not just like saying it or it works better there or whatever. Like, but I mean, you have greedy corporate America that's not gonna. And it's America completely that is holding back all that and wants to restrict information and all that stuff. Like it's
No, not America. It's the land of the free and the home of the brave. It wouldn't do things like that. What are you on about? Stop it.
That's why
I want
they
to
did away with net neutrality. Yeah. I was ranked as one of the in the top, like somewhere under 100,000 as pirates for the amount of stuff that I shared and downloaded and things, and they I can't do that now. Like, not because of threats of jail or anything. It's just they've screwed it up to where like it's so hard for me to even get access to those things now because they've limited the internet in the United States. VPNs and stuff aren't a good workaround either, because they track VPNs too. I mean, they know the servers that the VPNs use, so it's not hard for them to know when you're using one.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a number of tools that I have at my disposal, but I can't do things like I used to, for sure.
It was what I did when I got my first computer, was just pirate games and stuff,
Yeah.
and crack the game so you didn't need the key to play it.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we started messing with the games itself. I don't know if anyone remembers Escape from Wolfenstein, which was
Yeah.
very popular in the 90s. And so if you get a copy where there are all kinds of weird pictures in it, and somewhere in it says Cisco Kid, that's probably one of mine. I used to put my coworkers in the game, or their family. I mean, I had a coworker who had access to pictures of his wife, so I gave him a copy where every single time he would find his wife hunting down soldiers in Wolf. That was fun.
What program did you use to make your cracks with? So like,
Oh, back then it was really easy, because basically what the executable file that was the
Yeah.
game was just a zip file, and you could just change the code with
I
a
used
text
something called
editor.
Dolphin.
We used the text editor to just remove
Right,
the
you
part
can do
where
it
it
that
would
way.
ask for a key.
Yeah. I used a program called Dolphin because you could open the executable file in it and just go click a couple buttons, and it would rewrite the script for you and change the things
Yeah.
it needed. And it would keep it from phoning home too. Whenever you did execute it, it would do all of it for you automatically, and then you could upload it. Yeah, I'm familiar with those things. Used to do a lot of that.
Well, that's what I started out doing, and then I got my first photo editing software, and then I started making weird pictures of coworkers, and that's what led to what I do now.
Have you heard of something called Banner Bomb on the Nintendo Wii?
No, I've
Banner
never
Bomb.
had a Nintendo.
Okay. Nintendo, the original Nintendo Wii, Banner Bomb is a method of hacking the Wii so that you can play games from an external drive. You can run other operating systems on it. It allows you to install homebrew so that you can hack the Nintendo Wii and do whatever you want with it. Essentially, use it as a computer, and but it'll play Wii games, GameCube games. You can put emulators on it, all that stuff. But I worked with the community that designed that found that exploit and set that up. I worked with them back in the early 2000s whenever they did that. I'm not responsible for like doing it or anything. I just helped with looking at chunks of code and stuff for them. But yeah, so I was involved in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I've never owned a game console, and I never will. The last game I played was a game called Syndicate, which
Right
was I thought that was a cool game, but we didn't have any documentation about it, so I had to rip the entire game apart to see what we needed to do, and then I wrote a text file how the game should be played and what the incentive was, stuff like that.
Well, see, back whenever the Wii came out, you could hack it with the first hack was with a Zelda game. What's it called? The Twilight Princess. You could hack the Wii with it because the way that it made a certain save file, you could take it and make a bootable doll file out of it. so you could hack the Wii with the save file from that game. It gets complicated, but that's basically how it worked. But then they came out with a way to do it to where you didn't even have to use a game. You could, and that's the thing I helped with, making it to where you could just do it like that. Now you can actually hack a Wii without doing anything, like without putting any. You don't even need a memory card or nothing. You can go on the Wii using only it. You can go to a specific site and you got to turn some things on and off. And what it does is the terms and conditions things that you agree to on there, the UCLA or the ECLA, EUCLA. What it does is it changes the site that it refers to get that, and you go in and you set up the stuff and you change your domain, what the internet uses, and then it goes to that other site and it brings up the screen, but rather than you accepting the terms and conditions, it redirects to the site that hacks the Wii for you automatically now. So you don't need anything to do it. You can do it with just a Wiimote and the internet.
Well,
Cool
if you
stuff.
know someone who can hack at Adobe Firefly for me, that would be a great help. That's the only thing I don't have. Adobe still sends me. I had a problem with Adobe in 2018.
Just someone in a cracked version of Cubase, that'd be the best.
Well, the reason that they make a lot of these newer programs to where you have to use them online through some web hub is because it constantly checks to see if you're running unlicensed material. And so, like, I've got the Adobe Creative Suite, but it's from like 6 years ago, and it doesn't use the internet. There's not really a decent way to pirate like the newer versions because of how they work through the internet.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
I'm not saying there's no way. I'm just saying there's not an easy way.
No, I know for a fact there is, because someone asked me, "Hey, do you know a way to use Adobe?" And I said, "Let me look." And so I found. The last one I sent them was the 2024 Adobe Suite.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
no,
got pretty much everything, except for Firefly, and it runs because I tested it out.
So it'll run all the online tools too, because that's really the issue with the newer version.
It will run the
Does the AI work?
The neural filters. No,
Yeah.
because the AI that's Adobe Firefly, and I haven't seen anyone hack that.
I mean, Photoshop has has AI integrated into it now, and so
Yes,
you can
but two different kinds. So you've got the neural filters where you can colorize a picture or have the JPEG artifacts removed. Those go into the cloud as well, and those work.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Awesome.
the generative fill, fill and stuff, that's a different software. That's Adobe Firefly, and I haven't seen anyone hack that.
So Firefly is the thing that drives the generative AI.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And I still get my entire Adobe suite from Adobe because I had problems with After Effects in 2018. It wouldn't run with Element 3D.
Yeah.
It wouldn't run with Element 3D, and Adobe said, go to Video Copilot, the people who make Element 3D, and they said, it's not us. You have to ask Adobe, and that went back and forth for, I think, a little over a year. And then in 2020, Adobe just sent me the entire suite for free, and they have been doing so every single year. And I'm not complaining. I'm not saying, okay, I paid for 2018. I got 2020 for free, so basically, I got reimbursed for my money. But if they want to send it to me for free every single year, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the tools that Adobe offers, but I'm familiar with them is the thing, Like Jess and I, we work on, because I like Jess will make templates for thumbnails, and then like whenever I set up a show, I'll go and just switch out the pictures and make the thumbnail, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Jess and I have been doing that way. Like she can just make one of it, and then I can go in and fix it for the show so that she doesn't have to do that every time. Um, so I like Adobe for the stuff I do because I'm familiar with the tools and how it works and all that. But she uses some other stuff too, and as you've seen, does excellent work. But we subscribe to. I've got a team set up on Adobe, and then she uses some other stuff that we're going to. I forgot about actually. I need to go get a subscription for that other side. But yeah, so that's one of the things here. Like as the channel grows and I do more, I find that like it actually costs more for me to do it. Like, and I don't have to do those things, but I like to make everything look nice and be able to offer a quality show for people, even outside of the
Mm-hmm.
sitting and listening to me ramble about it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I do now. Uh, I I've been out of live streaming for quite a while. I've been lying on my back for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, because
As far as
I
I'm
did my back
concerned,
in.
Sounds like
as
me.
far as
I
I'm
can't.
concerned, Jess is magic. Um, we we were working on setting up a website and stuff. I expected to have some. Well, I was trying to do a whole lot of things all at once, and I don't have the resources to do everything I wanted to do. So I've had to put some things off now. But the I do try to, like, Jess tells me what things and
Oops.
stuff, and I tell her you've got creative control, like to do it how you
You
want.
froze, Joe. Joe, you froze. You have to
Really?
repeat. Just tells you what?
Am I good now?
No, you're back now. You're back
Okay.
now.
Jess has creative control to make the things how she wants and stuff. She tells me what she needs to do the things she does, and I don't ask any questions. I try to give them to her.
Mm-hmm.
So we it's as far as I'm concerned, what she does is magic. But I'm a computer guy, but I'm not a creative person. I can't do that part of it.
From what I've seen, she does a good job.
Yeah, and she started getting like little jobs for other people and stuff. She made or is making, I don't know if it's live yet, but making an intro for Austin Sims that I seen a preview of it, and it's really good. She's been doing things for other people and stuff, and it's I'm really happy with the work that she does and to work with her because we're great friends on top of it. But I'm also really glad to be able to have a place where I can display the work that she does so that she can do more work, like
Mm-hmm.
so it's a really awesome thing.
You're making it sound like this is a community, Joe.
Yeah, I know, it's funny like that, ain't it? Yeah. And I'm grateful for all that Jess does to help me out and stuff. But she just does great work and she loves doing it. And me and her kind of she gets the feel that I'm going for, and we're we're simpatico.
No, that's me. That's me. Hold on. No, that's me. I'm gonna go for it. You can do something else. I mean, I was here first.
But yeah, she made something the other day, and she was just showing me an example of it, And she said, I was wondering how Peter did that on Aaron's channel, or on that. You had an intro where it goes and shows pages in a book and they like fade out and stuff. And she's like, I was wondering how he did that, and showed me an animation of how it works. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, she's every time she sends me something now too, it's like she'll send it and she'll say, I was just messing around, and I'll look at it and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. This is like, what are you talking about? This is some of the best work I've seen. You're doing really great. And she edited a lot. One of the things, and I love doing it that way, like whenever I made that video response to Donnie, I laid out all the audio. I wrote a script and I did all the audio in one recording. And then I took Donnie's video and I cut it up. I had timestamps on my script. I cut it up and I inserted the audio on another track in between the places where I needed it, right? I mean, simple enough. Mm-hmm. I gave it to Jess though, and then in between that, because it's just a voiceover, I don't appear on video. Jess did all the stuff, all the fills in between that and everything, all the graphics and video and stuff you see playing while I'm talking. And I really enjoyed working on a video like that. I know it took a lot of time for both of us because we both had to edit and render the video, but mm-hmm. It's really cool to do it like that, to work together with somebody on a video, and it turned out really, really good. Like it's neat. But anyway, we're embarrassing Jess.
So no news from your guest yet?
You don't want to see how red she'll turn?
Let's see. He's not here or anything. Let me see. I sent him an email. No word. I guess he decided I don't want to do that. I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to poison the well on him. For whatever reason, he didn't make it. I hope I'm able to reschedule and get him on, you know.
He couldn't find the facts today.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to him convincing me creationism is true with all his science, and that didn't happen.
I want someone to convince me that I can get that magical healing one day. You know, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I could get into some of that magical healing.
I don't know how you do it, Joe, but so what I've done so far, if I'm going to have a guest on, I will do an intake first, so I'll be able to know whether or not they can join and get at least all the technical stuff out of the way. And then once we set a date and time, I will send them an email 24 hours in advance to remind them, hey, remember, we're on for a thing tomorrow. And if you then get a reply, you won't, at least you know that they're not forgetting it, because a lot of people will still forget it, because there is such a thing as real life next to
I did all that
stuff. You did that.
Okay, so my process is I talk to them through email, and then I put it in my calendar. My calendar sends them an email automatically telling them you're scheduled for this date, and gives them a reminder 24 hours ahead and all that. But on top of that, I talked to him back and forth in email yesterday, and he said that he would be here and was excited to talk to me and all that stuff. So I don't, and I've been in contact with him. In fact, actually, you see here, hold on, I'll use this one. You see where the box says Eric? He's already been here and set up his audio and stuff. So everything's working. It's not a technical issue. He's been here and set up his stuff. I don't know. I mean, maybe something came up or whatever. I'm not. It would be fun to sit here and say, I guess he was scared to talk to me. It'd be fun to do that, but I'm not going to do that.
You can do that, but it could be any reason why he's not here. I mean, something could have happened that he can't make it. So, Yeah, it's fun to say things like that, but it's not helpful
right.
to the conversation if you do.
Yeah, zombies have appeared, and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
I listened to.
Did we check? Did we check if there was a rapture? Just kidding.
I forgot.
Which reminds me, one of the best things I've ever saw concerning the rapture was someone set up a website where people could pay for their animals to be taken care of once the rapture happens, because the animals aren't going, and they were making money off of that. I mean, why did I not come up with that? I honestly don't know.
Some people's grift is so creative.
I mean, that wouldn't be grifting, right? You're just playing into what they think is true.
Yeah, but that's grifting, isn't it?
No, it's absolutely a grift.
I mean, they made food buckets.
I think it's creative thinking.
It is.
That's just grifted. Come on.
It'll be a grift. That doesn't include it.
But yeah, that was brilliant.
I was
probably one of the easiest ways to make money as an atheist I've ever seen.
What, dick pics?
No, you don't have to do anything. Just wait for people to pay you for taking care of their animals. In case
I've been doing it all wrong.
Well, I mean, every picture I send someone of myself is basically a dick pic, so
yeah, well,
I'm not worried.
If
you're a dick, every picture of you is a dick pic, right?
Yeah. So
Sir, not appearing on screen.
My girlfriend will be on Facebook, like just she goes and joins groups and does like coupon things and does a lot of these like you sign up for apps and get paid and she does a lot of that stuff, right? It's happens often that she just gets unsolicited dick pics all the time. Like some random person just sends her a dick picture and says, "Hey, I want to get to know you," and it's like,
yeah,
you thought that was.
And I've always wondered, is this really a thing that you think is going to help you get a date? If you say, I mean,
how's that been working for you?
how does your brain work? Is that what you come up with?
I had a friend that he wouldn't do dick pics, but what he would do, he worked at HMV, right? And what he would do is he printed out a bunch of business cards, and every time a woman bought something that he fancied, he'd fucking put a business card in that was basically, "Hey, you're awfully cute. Why don't you give me a ring?"
Oh, I still have better ones. So I made a card, and I had it printed on it. If you want to have sex with me, then smile. If you don't, rip up this card. And I had that made out of paper that you can't rip.
Oh my God!
This is true.
So you would give that to someone, and they would try and rip it up and couldn't, and then they would smile at you. And I mean, it works.
That's basically an invitation.
Yes.
Sumami, you're right. It has decreased because she used to get them daily.
If I got a bunch of dick pics like that, I'd be tempted to like those collage pictures people make that are like thousands of pictures put together when it's all the different colors and it makes the thing. But I'd do that with dicks. All the dick pics I'd got over the years, I'd just turn it into one giant picture of like the biggest dick.
Do a slideshow and play the ASPCA song. You know, the sad song where they get the dogs with the sad eyes. Do a collage of them and in a slideshow and play that song over it. It'll make a great video. Yeah.
But the opposite of that exists too.
Oh, sure.
I don't know
sure. Yeah, it's just, I'm not saying it doesn't.
I've had someone come into my DMs and the first message was, "I like to be face fucked." Okay.
Yeah.
That's your opening message?
I mean, it's correct.
A lot of those ones just turn out to be fake anyway.
No, this one wasn't.
Wow. Okay.
This one
Jester's
definitely wasn't.
I mean, I've been on dating websites and like you get those direct messages and then it turns into, check out my OnlyFans.
I'm going to start sending chocolate starfish pictures. Oh, boy. Yeah. I think it's wild, though, that, like, I mean, my girlfriend doesn't have sexy pics on the internet or, like, she's not, like, it's not like a thirst trap, you know? She's not out there advertising. In fact, I think her profile picture is a picture with her and the boys. Like, it's just a normal picture. Nothing that she does and nothing on her page would suggest that she's wanting any of that. It says she's in a relationship and has my name on it. Not that they ever look at that, you know, but
it doesn't stop most of them either.
The amount of unsolicited things that she receives blows my mind, and it has decreased a lot. It used to be every day she got something like that. I think I don't know. It's kind of a sad state of affairs, honestly. That's the condition of it, is that people just. I mean, they're free to do it and whatever, you know. I guess, but it's.
You give apes technology, they're going to do whatever.
And here's where I disagree.
Want to do with technology, though, like that's the only thing.
Here's where I disagree with you, because I think that should be classified as some kind of sexual assault. If I go out in the streets and show my dick to people, I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah.
So why isn't it the same thing if I do that on a social media site?
Here's a related question I have, is like, if I go downtown and pick up a girl and bring her to my house and have sex with her and then pay her, we're both breaking the law and it's prostitution, right? But if I film it, it's pornography and it's perfectly legal. Like, how does that work? So if there's a camera present, it's all of a sudden legal? Like,
because now you're sharing it,
right?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, I'm still paying her. It's still
but the people who make the laws want to see it, Joe. That's what
right.
it is. They're going to put you in jail if you're not sharing it.
Right?
Fucking legal.
Yeah.
I continuously question on that.
For free.
Yeah, I mean, does that make any sense at all? Like,
no, it doesn't.
That shows you how silly it is to demonize and stigmatize sex workers, because I mean, like, it's part of our. I don't know.
It's just
in my country, Joe, prostitution is legal, and prostitutes have to pay taxes and stuff, but they're also having health care. And they're protected because it's all in the open, so they don't have to do it in secret. The weird thing is, weed is also legal in my country. You can buy weed, you can sell weed. Guess what you can't do? You can't grow it. So no one knows where it's coming from.
Right.
It's available on every street corner. There's a place where they sell weed, but no one's growing it, which is kind of weird, isn't it?
I smoked some Thai stick from the Netherlands once. That was
so I question on it. How much do you actually need to film? Because, like,
I think you only got to take a picture.
Magnificent, because like my thing would be like, oh well, yeah, we're doing a porno, but like this is like for lighting and practice, you know, like we're testing, so we're not running
setting up the stage.
We're setting up the stage.
Undressed rehearsal.
Yeah, it's an undress rehearsal. I was just going to say that.
If you paid a prostitute and then took a picture of her feet and posted it afterwards, it would still be legal pornography. Like it's well, you can't even. In the state of Kentucky, you can't even watch pornography on the internet. Like it's banned here.
It's banned?
Yeah, yeah. You can't. I can't even go to a porn site. Watch, I'll show you. Watch this. All right, let me see.
Watch this. Denied. Blue balled. Damn.
My girlfriend's going to look at my history and ask why I'm doing this.
Well, it's for
now
the
you've got some
posterity. It's okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, everyone on the internet.
Explaining to do.
She should give it up if she don't want me to do it. Let's see.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
I mean, we've been together 11 years. I can be an adult about it. So, is it not showing my screen share?
Nope.
Science!
Wow.
It's for science!
Hold on, let me try again. Oh, I know what I got to do. Hold on, I got us.
We're glad you drove safe, Let's Farm.
All right. Do none of these? Can I really not share? Oh. Duh. All right. So, this is the screen I get, and it says, "Dear user, as you may know, your elected officials in Kentucky are requiring us to verify your age before allowing your access to our website. While safety and compliance are at the forefront of our mission, giving your ID card every time you want to visit an adult platform is not the most effective solution for protecting our users, and in fact will put children and your privacy at risk." And so all of the porn sites, it's not actually banned. All of the porn sites, though, block you from going on because they don't want to check your ID every single time you visit the site. I'm not going to play
This is
our
what
video.
VPNs are for.
Oh, sure. I mean, there's a workaround. I'm just saying, like, that's Kentucky for you, though. Like, they couldn't actually ban it, so they just effectively banned it, you know?
This is what you get when you put wrestlers into elected office.
Yeah. So there we go. I think it's crazy it goes back and reloads the whole chat.
I had an entire layout. So I was using StreamYard with a hack that would make it possible for me to put people in certain locations on OBS, and I had a Pornhub layout. I had weird names for all of the guests. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I've got OBS set up and ready to go. If my once I get my stuff, if my computer's able to do it, I'll do that, because I mean, essentially what I like about EVMux is that it's the closest thing to combining OBS into a streaming platform. It's not like StreamYard or the others. It's completely different. And it allows me to set up scenes, and I can move people around as I want. And then I've actually got, I can do just about anything on here you can do in OBS. I can do, because I can set up individual scenes for everything. As far as display.
The only thing that I haven't seen any of the online services make that possible. I'm using a free Stream Deck. I paid for it actually because I wanted to have the pro version where you have lots more screens and buttons. And that's, to me, that's still one of the best thing I've ever invested in. I've got a tablet where I run my entire OBS, and so I can walk away and make coffee during a show and still run the show in OBS and still show the different screens. That's one of the things why I'm not likely to stop using OBS.
No, I wouldn't. I still think OBS is.
Yeah, I still don't get why people are paying $300 for a Stream Deck with 15 buttons if you can get that for free. That's one of the weird things.
Because people think if you pay a lot for it, it's better.
Yeah, but I can take mine with me. I mean, it runs through Wi-Fi, and I can just walk around the room.
That doesn't matter. Because you paid more, you see, it's better.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the giant wheel on screen?
Yep.
That's silly stuff that I can do. It's neat. I mean, it's got a lot of toys and stuff. I like that. I'm not saying that it's the best or anything. It's got downsides and things. But I like it. It offers me a lot more control over everything. Like I can set up my own overlays and control where everybody is and what's there. I can put apps on screen. Plus, I can stream to multiple places without having to really do anything. So it works for what I need it to do. And and like Maya says, people will pay for convenience if they can. That's really the thing. It has a lot of convenient things for me.
Yeah, one of the things that I want to do when I get back to streaming on my own channel is streaming both horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, I've seen they added the GIFs and stuff on there. The share, they added all those features to vertical streaming. So I guess they're trying to.
The cool thing is, if you're going to do that, your vertical stream is going to show up in people's shorts recommendations. So they say it's going to help you gain subscribers a lot. So, but I just want to try it out.
YouTube paid me an extra $200 this month to do 2 members videos and 2 members posts. They gave me $200 for doing that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It just popped up in my my dashboard one day asking if I wanted to do this thing and engage with your members and get $200, and it was like, so I just posted a couple things and whatever, and it's yeah. And Sumami, that's actually what I was trying to show. You said earlier about it's to decrease traffic. That's exactly why they did it. It's just like the voting stuff. It's not actually about protecting anybody or any of that. Let me get the thing up here so everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's not about age verification. It's about trying to decrease traffic to the site. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Censorship.
All right, well, it's been fun, but I've got to get ready for my stream letter.
Well, I'm going to end this and probably, I guess, record me singing a song. Do you want me on video singing that song, or you just want the audio?
Just the audio, because they're just going to be lyric videos anyway.
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to everyone that the title was clickbait today. I completely expected Lionheart Eric to show up. I have everything prepared. I have his links and everything ready and all that. I don't know why he didn't. I'm not saying it's some devious reason or anything like that. I'm sorry that he didn't come. I don't know if something came up. It could have been an emergency. It could have been anything. I don't know. But he didn't make it today, and I've tried to contact him and can't get in contact with him. So there you go. Zach, do you want to plug anything?
Can't change the title either, Joe. Because what?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. What are you going to do? Change the title and says my guest didn't show up, so we talked about dick pics and porn sites. That's not going to work either.
Yeah. I'll just, I don't know. I'll put something on it.
Just shenaniganery. Open mic shenaniganery.
There you go. That's what I'll put on there. That's what it'll say.
That's the beauty of shenaniganery, is it's always valid.
Well, Zach, do you want to plug anything before we go?
Yeah, so in about an hour, I'm going to have Black Atheist ransom my channel and have a chat with him. That should be cool. And then starting next Thursday for like a whole week, there's going to be a Christmas Carol a day. And some of them are going to have people like Joe on it. I've got some from Michael Beverly. I've got some, and I've got some from Dave from Captor's Decks as well. There's some other people I might be waiting on. So it's this should be good.
Awesome. Yeah. If you want to hear me sing, go over there and check out Zach and subscribe to the Shaking Fist.
Yeah, word up.
Zach is a very undersubscribed channel. Let me tell you.
I am.
Will someone post his link in the chat so I can show it, please?
It's already there. So I wanted to do that. A shout out for Pragmatic Crystal for posting all these links during the entire show.
Yeah, Crystal's the best.
Except for that one channel, Jester, Lord of Fools. I don't know why you would plug that channel. Horrible place.
There is a link in the chat to Zach's channel. Go over there and subscribe. You will love it. Zach is one of my favorite creators, and I think undersubscribed greatly. I find it weird. People like you and B.S. Lewis, I would think that your channels would be huge because I love the stuff you guys do. Yeah, go check it out. One of my favorite channels.
Yeah, but we both swear a lot, and we make videos that YouTube doesn't like, so they don't.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Lots of swearing, things YouTube doesn't like. Sounds great.
Plus,
yeah.
Music parody videos don't exactly get you very far most of the time.
Yes, sir. You asked for someone to post a link for the final experiment. Have you seen Jeranism go back on his claims?
I've heard things, but honestly, I generally don't subscribe to their side of the conversation because
word is a bunch of them are leaving Flat Earth over it.
Yeah.
Jeranism posted a video, so he's in Antarctica now for the final experiment, and he has told people, it's actually true. We said it couldn't happen, but the sun stays in the sky for 24 hours. So we need to find something new. So, you have to give him credit for that, because I was expecting that they were going to go there and find something new to explain this away. I've seen a flat earther explain it away because of some weird kind of bubble reflection that they came up with.
Do you mean like with that film, that documentary film a bunch of flat earthers made, where they did an experiment with a laser beam and they said if it's flat, it'll go all the way across, and then it didn't. Some brush got in the way, but we don't need to do it again. Don't worry.
15 degrees per hour.
There was one where one said, "I can't see you. I can't see you. Can you hold it up higher?" Now I can see you. That's
that was
weird.
Jeranism too.
Well,
yeah, that was Jeranism too. Yeah.
Well, listen, Jaren, I would like to suggest that you try a thing called science.
Science?
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Quit eating lead paint.
It's really tasty. Tasty chips.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that. I used to be big into watching the people debunk flat earthers. I thought it was a lot of fun. I almost made a channel for that in the beginning. But I used to hang out over on Red's Rhetoric and when the non sequitur show was normal and all that. But
I hang out on a channel of a flat earther where I've seen you come every once in a while, but that flat earther doesn't want to talk about flat earth.
Right. Hold up here. Where'd it go?
Anyway, I've been dragged back in. I need to go get ready for my stream.
Okay, Zach, thanks for coming. I'll see you over there in a little bit.
Yeah, it's always fun. Looking forward to your recordings. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Yes.
See y'all
Regios,
later.
yeah, later, buddy.
Later, Zach.
Regios gifted 5 memberships. Looks like B.S. Lewis, Tori Swansiger, Hells Bells, Jenny Morgan, Stacy C. all get hit with those. What an awesome group of people to become members. Thank you so much, Regios, and welcome to everybody that's a new member. I'll make a members video on probably Friday. I may make one before that, but I'll do one on Friday for sure. All right, so Peter, you got anything else you want to plug before I shut this thing down?
Well, I'm hoping to get back to streaming soon, so if people want to keep an eye out on my channel, that would be nice. Other than that, I am still live on Jackson Wheat's channel every Thursday. We just went through an entire Harun Yahya video, which was basically this fossil looks like this animal, so it didn't change, so evolution is false. And if people are not familiar with Harun Yahya, he made a huge book, and a very expensive book with all color pictures in it on pretty much every page, where he compared fossils to animals that are alive today. One of the animals that are alive today turned out to be a fishing lure, but I mean, hey, who's looking that closely, right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing we do on Jackson's channel. And other than that, I'll be on Arn Raw's show.
I heard you talking over on Arn Raw's a couple days ago.
Apparently my mic was too loud.
Yeah.
People in the chat were complaining.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do you remember the big argument over on Missing Mod's channel where dude was cussing you out because of how loud your mic was?
Yeah.
What a bunch of silly shit. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite YouTube moment, I think that's never going to be topped, is this was before we went live on Arn's channel. Arn, I jerk him around. I will tell him, Arn, I need a stream key. Arn, you need to post a message in chat. And so he will always respond with, yes, mom. And at that particular point, he had his mom on the phone. And he said, yes, mom. And his mother heard. And then he had to explain to his mother that there was a guy in the Netherlands that he calls mom. And his mother didn't understand. And he forgot to mute himself. So, yeah, that was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Probably my favorite moment.
That is funny.
But, yeah.
Go check out Peter and subscribe over there. Going to go for it. Peter's very talented and puts on some good stuff. Peter, your big thing, like, don't get me wrong, I love watching content with you, but when you go visit various chats and stuff, you bring a lot of entertainment with you.
Thank you.
That's one of your strengths. You and you've been around for a while, and you know the history of a lot of these people and things they've said and done and all that, and it's you always bring good stuff. Jester's not really making content yet, are you, Jester?
Not so far. I mean,
how about you want to stream with me this week?
I will do a stream with you if you're game.
Sure.
I work Monday and Tuesday. The rest of the week, I'm pretty much free. So.
Well, you want to you want to do the member stream with me?
Sure.
That way, hanging out with people we know. I think I'm up to I think I'm up to 50 members or something like that. So you hang out with everybody we know and talk and stuff. A lot of people usually join on that too, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you've been there, but
I have. I've joined it, and
I know.
Derailing the streams is
I don't
fun.
have to pitch memberships to you, do I? Yeah. No, but
Hey, listen, guys, you should be at the members only stream. Trust me, they are hilarious.
If you had,
Way better than this.
yeah, the member streams are actually a lot of fun, and a number of people have said, "Hey, you want to have fun on Joe's channel? The member streams is where it's at." We get into all kinds of stuff. There's sometimes controversy and stuff over there, but the you want to. I want to start doing if you were off a particular night a week, you could like come and co-host game night with me, because everybody's asking to do a game night. I we used to have the random trivia thing we did on here with Azo previously, and I mean clearly that doesn't exist anymore for reasons, but the everybody's been asking to do some kind of game thing or whatever, and I would actually want to go a little more. I mean, Azo, people came and watched it and whatever, and it was okay. It got, I mean, at its height, it got maybe 50 views a week, which is whatever. I don't really care, but I would like to up the production quality of it a little bit if we're going to do it, and like maybe use some software to make it interactive and things. But I don't know. I'm looking at setting that up. So I don't know if you can get a particular night off and you want to help, you can. Or anybody can.
I will work on it. Domino's holidays are where it's at, though Christmas directly we do have off, but the day before and the day after they all hands on deck us. So my schedule is about to ramp up for 2 weeks and then probably chill out.
Yeah.
Although it
I wasn't saying anything bad about trivia, not Pinworm. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Yeah, a lot of people liked it. I wasn't saying anything bad about it. I was just saying the person who hosted it was no longer here, and it just wasn't the same with me doing it. I didn't want to do that, I'm not bitching about it. I'm just saying it ended, and if I do it, I don't want to do it that way. Like I don't, I think I can make it better. And again, it's not a shot at anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying I think I can do it better is all. Oh
yeah, copying it. I mean that almost never works anyway. So it might be better to go for something completely different, figure something out. And there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Right, yeah, and that was really the thing. Like when Azo left, I didn't want to just go and do trivia night and replace him. Like I don't want to just go fill in for Azo on my own channel. If I'm going to do it, I want to like do it my way,
Yeah.
And nothing against him. He had the thing that Azo did with that, and whatever. Me and Azo, like, we're on speaking terms, but like, of course, we're not friends and whatever, and like that's fine. But Azo did build a community doing trivia, and there were people that came every week and took part of that and enjoyed the channel, and there was even people that came specifically for trivia and sent in hundreds of dollars at a time to this channel to support the channel just because of that trivia night and what we do. So there was, I mean, Azo built something and it helped the channel, and Azo did help build the subscribers to this channel, reaching 500 and 1,000 and all those things. So I'm not in any way taking that away from him.
No.
We just don't agree on some things, and we can't get along, and he doesn't like the way I do things, and I don't like, some of the things he does and whatever. And that's okay. We don't have to hate each other. We don't have to fight about it. Like we agreed to be adults about it and bury it. And, so, it's not a hate on Azo thing for sure.
No.
If Azo says something that I disagree with or find offensive or whatever, and somebody wants to talk to me about it, I'll tell you how I feel about it. But I'm not out here trying to publicly bash Azo. It didn't work, and here we are.
If you If you disagree on things, you can just part ways, and that's it. You don't have to create all kinds of drama that's not necessary.
Right. What happened, and um, I still support the position that I held then. Nothing's changed as far as that goes, but it's not, it's not a fight. It's just he didn't agree. He thought that I worried too much about numbers and this and that, which I don't know why he thought that really, but he thought that I worried too much about those things and other stuff, and he didn't like the way that I did things, and he was unhappy anyway. So whenever an argument came up, he seen that as time to go. That's okay.
Excuse me.
But sometimes shit don't work out. That's just the nature of it, But
Yeah.
whatever, we go on. But anyway, I'll try and get that set up and everything. Everybody that came again today, thank you so much. Thanks for the super chats and the memberships and stuff, guys. I truly appreciate your support and love the community that we have here. I will try and get a hold of Eric, and I may have to reschedule it for during the week or whatever. I don't know. Like, again, I don't know why he didn't show, but I'll figure it out. And if we can work it out, I'll get him back on. If not, I'll get some other person that wants to come talk or whatever. It's hard to find creationists that can have a reasonable discussion, and I think Eric still wants to do that, I imagine. So I'll figure that out. But I won't get TJ again. Let's see, Sunday, next Sunday, Purple Rhymes with Orange will come on and be my guest. We were talking over on her channel, and she's like, I haven't been on in a while. And I was like, oh yeah, come on, we can promote the 48-hour Christmas stream that everybody will be on. I'll be on there too. I haven't got my slot yet, but I'll be doing at least one spot on there, maybe multiple. But yeah, I love being a part of that, and I want to give Crystal Crystal. I'm reading the chat. I want to give Purple recognition for the hard work it takes to set that up every year and promote it so that people have a place to go on Christmas and content to watch and a community of like-minded people that they can talk to. Because I know for some of us it's a hard time of year. And if you want to talk to Purple about your slot, Maya, or anybody else wants to talk about Purple, holy fuck. Anyone else wants to talk to Purple about filling in a slot on that or doing it, you can get a hold of her on Discord or Bluesky or Twitter, wherever she's at. Find her, and she would be happy to accommodate you. So I'll definitely be taking part of that. I've got some special stuff made up just for that everybody's going to like. Anyway, I have rambled and rambled and rambled. Holy shit, there's so much to say on here. Anyway, if you're here and you're not a member, you haven't liked and subscribed, maybe subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like what I do here. If you don't, hit the don't like button and fuck off, I guess. But have a great day, guys. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.